Hey guys, I hope you're hungry for a little snack, a snack most anticipated. This is finally, at long last, Uncharted 4. So for today's snack, usually it's my very first impressions of the game, but the beginning of this game is, is a little cutscene heavy, and I didn't want to. I felt like that's a little bit more spoilery than just, a bit into the story like I am now. So it's going to be a little bit different than your typical snack, and I'm just going to leave Drake on this for a second because I happen to know that the next jump is tough, and I don't want to. I don't want to miss it while I'm trying to explain what's going on. Okay, so if you're still making your way through the game like I am, this is just as far as I've gotten. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play, unfortunately, at time of recording. So this is, I would think, surely the very end of Chapter 8. Or at least in the middle of Chapter 8. So if you haven't gotten that far, you don't want any story spoilers, don't watch. But I can't imagine that there would be much going on at this point. We're just sort of wandering around trying to find the next little breadcrumb, as is the case with Uncharted games. So, yeah, I know, Sam.
This way.
Whoops. I don't think that's what either of them meant. Oh, it's funny. No, you're supposed to go forward. I don't know why. I tried this before. This was where I ended yesterday. What the heck? Oh, I'm supposed to swing. That's why. This is where I ended my playtime the last time I was playing the game, and I died on it, and I figured I may as well stop there. Yes, I need to go forward. There we go. So this is already showing off some of the new stuff. They're all about that sliding on your butt thing in this game. That's their new toy, and they are all about it. So there's a whole lot of that, and then also we have the little grappling hook you saw is Drake's other new trick that you have plenty of time to use. I think Sam is where I need to go. So it's a lot of classic Uncharted stuff here. You have the kind of signposted little handholds and all that, and just kind of scurrying along. I'm not really going to talk about any of the plot because I wouldn't want to spoil people that are seeing this for their first impression of the game. But I really love it so far. You can tell that this is a more serious, a more mature Naughty Dog, like definitely a post Last of Us Naughty Dog. I didn't see anything to grab there, so we'll try it again. Just like other Uncharted games, it can be tough. Not everything is as signposted as it once was. And the combat can still really get dicey. One thing that they've changed in this one is stealth is a much bigger aspect. They have now like some indicators of enemy awareness and that sort of thing. So stealthing through areas is much more of an option than it was in past Uncharted games. Right here. And then of course, even if you don't make your way all the way through the encounter with stealth, you can still always just take out the other enemies that are left, and they're it'll make it a bit easier on yourself because you'll have that many fewer. The plot so far is sufficiently engaging. One of the earlier chapters is basically just Nathan and Elena just talking the whole time, and then Nathan talking with Sam. Like it's so, it really is like a movie, and just seeing these characters and how they've grown and all that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, this is just as far as I am in the game so far, so there won't be any like real plot spoilers or anything like that yet because I don't know what happens. And usually, just like my personality, I usually spoil myself. Like I like to know what's going to go on. But I was a bit different for this game. They had all sorts of spoilers online, but I've avoided them because I want to see what happens.
Don't worry. The worst case, you lose a couple fingers.
Just to give a little bit of context, though, we are in Scotland, like I said, looking for the next breadcrumb along the way. Samuel is Nathan's estranged brother. We've known about him since like the first reveal trailer, so I don't really feel like as if that's a spoiler. anymore. But it's nice to have, we've not really had an environment like this, like just super, I mean, of course there's been rocky, but super rocky and desolate like this, but also like snowy, but not all snowy like the Himalayas were in Uncharted 2, I think it was. I of course have played and loved the whole series, but it's been a while. I've been playing through them again on the Nathan Drake collection, but I haven't gone through them all. I think I'm at the very end of Uncharted 1. Drake's something. What is Uncharted 1? Drake's Deception? No, that's 2. What is number 1? Drake's Fortune. Okay, so I can just drop into this grass, I think. So this is another thing. You have tall grass where you can encounter Pokemon, and it also keeps you hidden from enemies. So yeah, so like I said, yeah, that's like the little awareness thing. And you can also tag your enemies to keep an eye on them as you go through the encounter. So this was actually, I kind of just chose this spot at random, but I like show a little bit of the platforming, and then we'll do this little combat segment, and that it can be our tasty treat for the day. Let's whoops. But yeah, so you can sneak around and platform around. The game also has, you know, quite a beefy multiplayer. But I never played the Uncharted 2 or 3 multiplayer or Last of Us, which are all more or less in the same mold. So I want to play it a little on my own first before I give any sort of opinion, or certainly to try to show it off on a snack or something like that, because I wouldn't want to do a bad job or worse than usual. I want to give myself the best chance I have, in brief. So yeah, this is all nothing you haven't seen before. That guy might spot me. So yeah, yellow means they see you and they're going to investigate, but as long as you're in cover, they'll eventually give up on you. I think that just those two and then that guy right there, so I might just shoot the explosive, take both of them out really quick. I do, after all, prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around, as they say. Oh, and it gets me killed. How embarrassing. So we'll try one more time. Maybe I'll try to stealth all my way through this time. Stealth in games, I like it okay. It's never my favorite, and I certainly don't like forced stealth. So the Wind Waker is probably my favorite Zelda, but the first time I ever played it as a kid, having to, yeah, there's a lot more guys here than I thought, so that's not going to be my best option. Trying to fight my way through. When I had to stealth through the Ganondorf's tower at the very beginning of Wind Waker, I really hated that. Okay, so let me hop over here and get this guy. Once the other guy stops paying attention. And your brother moves around too. I don't think he takes anybody out, but he is like also active in the environment, which is kind of cool. Okay, so he's turned his back. I can just chuck this guy off the cliff, I believe. Yep. Nice of him to not scream. I guess I knocked him out with the first punch. Shh, sleep now. Hey, trophy. Trophies don't show up. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. That was totally, I mean, I was doing better with the stealth that time too, by accidentally just opened fire. But we'll see if I can do any better with it. And you can lose them and resume stealthing, but you have to be completely, completely unseen as you make your escape. Okay, so I did pull it off. I did manage to escape that time, so that's pretty cool. I took like 4 or 5 of them out too, so we thinned the ranks pretty well. There's 4 guys right here, so I gotta play this very carefully. But they all will lose their awareness at the same time. Oh, so there you go. Sam did take out that guy. Oh, let me see if I can take this guy out. He might be the last one. I don't have anybody else marked. The music isn't nearly as bodacious. Yep, that's it. Okay, so one thing I really, really like in this game, and the Ratchet & Clank remaster does it too. When you're done with an area, when you've killed all the bad guys, Ratchet or Nathan or Sam or whoever will be like, all right, we can move on. Like, okay, we're done here, or I think that's all of them, that sort of thing. And that's nice. You don't have to worry anymore. Things are different. You know, you're done with the combat. And I guess it is sort of like easy, you know, like, oh, you know, you could just look, but still, I don't know. I like it. It's a nice touch.
What if it's the only thing holding the tunnel? Then I'll apologize, right?
The writing is as good in this as any other Uncharted game. I know a lot of people were a bit worried after Amy something, the writer of the first three, left Naughty Dog, but to me it's as strong as ever. And like I said, it really reflects, you know, a more mature post Last of Us Naughty Dog with like the way they've approached some situations and things so far. But again, I haven't played all the way through the game, so I guess I can't really speak to how well it ends up playing out. Okay, so we're gonna have another little butt slidey time. Oh, this time I can watch him. That's another thing I really like too, is that sometimes your brother, whoops, or whoever you're with will take point, so you can kind of see, you know, what you need to do. Although I feel like I did exactly the same thing as him, so whatever. In my defense, I am playing on hard, so yeah, I don't think it affects the jumps, but still. Wait, I want to go over there though. What's over there? Oh, that's the way he's going, and it probably just connects right here anyway. Yep. All right, well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call this a snack. We had a nice little taste of Uncharted 4, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I have content every single day and snacks just like this every Wednesday and Saturday. Snacks is my first impression series. It will usually be my very first moments with the game, and as I explained earlier in this episode, why that's not quite the case for this, but it is early in the game, and we are. My first impressions are, of course, very positive. If you have a PS4, I don't know why you wouldn't get Uncharted 4, and I'm sure for many people like me, it was one of the big reasons why that was where I wanted to go when it came time to decide on my console for this generation. But as I said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. I don't know about you guys, but I'm full.